Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So I know I said I probably wouldn't make another video about Aliens Dark Descent until I got to the end of the main first mission, but I decided I've not really gone into any of the controls in the main UI panel, so I thought I'd just do a very brief, I'm not going to go into detail of every single thing, but just to give you a kind of overview. So this is how it looks. You've got the command deck, which is where you make commands basically, and you can see at the bottom you've got that thing that says can't launch mission, a day must pass. So basically you can only do one mission a day, and that can be anything. It can be a mission where you go to the planet and actually do a mission yourself, or things will come up when you press the next day button and it will say, do you want to go and rescue a survivor or get some new materials? And although you won't actually need to do that yourself, it will take a day and you won't be able to go to the planet on that one day, and you'll have to miss a day of doing something yourself. So it's a balance. Sometimes it'll be get a new engineer, get a new physician, pick up somebody. So you'll have to balance out how much you want to do that, and I can't tell you because I don't know if I'm doing the right things. I don't think it's the right thing and the wrong thing actually, because it's like everything. You need new people, you need materials, but you need to go to the planet to get the missions done while it's not too infested. So you've got that. Then you've got medical. No one's in medical at the moment. No one's in medical at the moment. So you've got on the left where they would be if they're injured, but no one's injured. On the right, you've got your supplies and the things. Where it says 2 of 3, that's the important one. That's like control points, which you use A on the planet in missions, and B, you use that to heal people. So I've just healed one person today and I've got 2 left. When you come back from a mission and you finish that day and you're going to go to the next day, you might as well use all of those because they get refreshed after a day. So that's what that is. Laboratory, there's a guy here who's a scientist who's asked me some alien specimens, but other than that there's nothing else I can do here yet. Obviously I'm assuming at some point there'll be more things going on here, but at the moment that's just go to space. You've got the workshop, which is this one.
Hello, hey.
Where you can pick up new gear. You can see it's all locked. These are the ones I've already got. These are the things I can now get, and they're unlocked. So you've got an incinerator, which is obviously what it is. It fires fire, and a mine. They all cost materials, and the amount of materials you've got is up there on the right where it says 310. That sounds like a lot, but what I'd say is don't be too rash with your materials. Like I said, I've only played through most of this first town, but you don't pick up tons. The reason I've got 310 is at the beginning I did a couple of skip days and just did a random go and pick up some materials from a destination. So that got me, I think, 150 early. Because you don't pick up loads. You might find a place where there's like 10 or 20 or 30 in different boxes, but you're not going to come back, so far at least, you won't come back from away mission, we'll call it, with like 150 or something like that. So be relatively careful what you use them for, because you need those to do other things as well. When you go on a mission, if you haven't got medical kits or tools or anything else, you can make them, but that will cost materials, and you also need materials to upgrade your soldiers, so they have quite a lot of uses. So I didn't in the first playthrough or any of the playthroughs I've done pick up mines yet, because I couldn't see the point. I'm sure when I've got lots of spare materials I'll get it, but on the basis that you don't want to attract the aliens, and it says early on a noise can attract them, I didn't really see why blowing them up would really be a thing I'd want to do. Incinerator gun, yeah, that can be useful. I might pick that up later, I'll think about it. And then the barracks is what it is. There you've got all your marines. You can see it tells you if they're tired. If they're tired, they can still go on missions. It just means they'll end up being exhausted. And the ones that aren't at all exhausted or tired, and you can just go to this one. There he is. You can, he's level 1. You can customize them. It's not like the most gripping customization. You can give them a new name. You can give them a nickname as well. You can change their sex. You can change their voice. There's only 2 anyway. You can change their skin color, which again isn't bad. You can change body scars. I think this one gives them no scar. You can give them a tattoo. The armor and the fabric is a bit odd because actually what it seems to do is armour and fabric are just top and bottom. I don't know why one says armour, one says fabric, but if you change that, it changes the colour of that. If you change that, it changes the colour of that. It's a bit odd, but anyway. And again, they're not gripping, but they're fine for what it is. You can change the faces. You can change headscarves, or I think the one gives them no headscar, at least I can't see a headscar now. You can change their hair and give them, you know, the usual suspects, baseball caps and bandanas and things. You can change their facial hair if it's a guy. You can change their hair colour. Weirdly, there's not a really blonde one, which I found a bit strange. Not for the women either. There's greys and browns and red, but there's no really blonde one, which is a bit odd. You can give them a helmet on all the time if you want that look. So you can customise them to a fair extent for the sort of game it is, and the size of the animations, and you can make them all wear the same colours if it's what you want to do, or you can make them all wear different colours, and you can give them this. Here's one I've done already.
What did I teach you, Marie?
This one I kind of just changed around a bit, and I've given her the nickname Picasso, so now she's Picasso, although the rest of it was her original name. I just give her a nickname. And you can see that's where you change their... Actually, you don't change their guns till you change the guns. If you're trying it on this, you don't. It'll just tell you the gun. When you go on a mission, it'll give you the option to rearm them with different things. So anyway. So that's the main kind of control panels. Like I said, I'm not going to go into every single little detail. These things you're going to go, what's that, what's this, and these things you'll find out, but that's kind of an overview of the main part. So when you press next day, which I'll do now, because
awaiting your review.
And you get these crafting as well. You can sometimes do something before the day, so you can stay vigilant. That'll mean that it reduces infestation by level 1. That's obviously a thing we'd want to do. I think I had that last time as well, so I don't know if it always comes round, but it's fine, it's good. I'm not going to complain. So there you go, you get the next day, and now we can go on another mission. And like I said, sometimes before you get to that point, it will say, do you want to go and rescue somebody, or do you want to go and pick up supplies, and you can decide if you want to do it. But this time I didn't get it anyway, so I'll be going on another mission, and then you will need to just press launch mission, which I will do just to show you, and it will tell you where do you want to go. We've only got one place we can go, so that's Dead Mills, which is the first mission town. Then it will say on the right, you can see it says R1 at the bottom of the screen.
Understood.
Select place to deploy, and you can see we've got these little landing areas, so you can see up there's no missions anyway, so we've got that one and that one. I think we'll do that. No, we'll do that. It's hard to tell whether the spawning points are going to come that way and down there or over there. They might just come over there. I don't know how randomised they are. But I'll do that one because it's there, and then it says build squad, so it lets you pick who you want to take with you. I would say you want to, as with most games like this, you want to, especially like this, because it's not like XCOM where you've got endless amounts of Marines or agents or soldiers. It's not like Phantom Doctrine where you've got endless amount, almost endless, like 40, you can have 40 agents. This, you don't get that many, at least certainly not now. So you want to be levelling up everybody to an extent, because you want everybody to have a high level, but I personally want to try and get at least one person past level 2 to level 3, so they get more bonuses really. So it's like it's all a balancing act. So I'm going to send all these, they're all level 2. Actually, I'm going to see if I've got someone that's level 1. If I have someone that's level 1, I better send them. I've got a lot of level 1. Ha! That was wishful thinking. So we'll send her. You can see that thing in the red, by the way. Just below their portrait or their body, it says Rusty for the first one, and Jinx and Clumsy and Unfit. So they all have traits, and they're never good, the opening traits they have. I've never seen a good one yet. How much this affects what happens, I don't know, because there's nothing I can see that tells you, oh, you lost something because you were jinxed, or you were clumsy, or you were unfit, or you were rusty. But I'm assuming it plays into the way the game plays and the percentages. There is options when you get the option to level up, where you don't always get this, they're very randomised, but you do get an option where you can remove the negative trait. So you might want to do that. It will depend what the negative trait is and how much you want the other traits, or other things you can get instead, but you can remove them. So then you get this is the Marines we're taking, and then you'll get, and you can see in the bottom right, select inventory, and that's where you pick what you want to take. Always take at least 2 or 3 of these if you've got them, because that's what you use to seal doors. And if you can't seal a door, then you won't be able to get unstressed and rest, and that's very bad. Take a few medikits. Like I said, I've used more tools than I've used medikits, because once you start using medikits, you're probably going to end up wanting to evacuate anyway. So, and then you just launch the mission. So that's the kind of way the game's set up. Like I said, there's more to it. There's other bits I've probably not mentioned, but that's like an overview if you've never ever tried it. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. Like I said, I will do another video when I get to the end mission in this town, because it's a bit different, but until then, take care for now.